Hey everybody, Rose Matter here. Welcome to my new React series. I'm super excited to start this anime. I recently wrapped up Free Ren, which was absolutely amazing, and I feel like this show is going to be kind of a good follow-up to Free Ren because from what I've heard from people, it seems like the show shares a lot of similar qualities to Free Ren, and that is, of course, we're going to be watching Delicious in Dungeon. As voted by you guys, it very handily won the poll when I asked for what show to watch next. And yeah, I think based on what little I've seen and what I've heard about it, I think I'm really going to enjoy the show because I love dungeons. I love kind of like adventure stories, and I love anime food. And this seems like it has all of those things in spades. So let's go ahead and jump in. I was actually thinking as a joke to like with every episode, maybe eat something, like have like a snack or some sort of food to eat while I'm watching this, because people joked about like, oh, you don't want to watch this show on an empty stomach. But if there's people out there like me, I can't stand that like ASMR of people chewing or eating into a mic. So for those of you who might be squicked out by that, I'm going to be nice and I won't do that, but I did make sure to have something to eat beforehand so I won't get too hungry. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's watch episode 1 of Delicious in Dungeon. I am super excited. Of course, as always, I will give you my thoughts afterwards on what I think of the first episode. So without further ado, let's watch episode 1 together of Delicious in Dungeon. This is an interesting art style. I know it's not going to be like that the whole way through, but it looks like a storybook. All right, so immediately we're given like, all right, here is, this is the quest basically that I guess people are going to be doing, is to try and defeat this magician. Okay, wow. Damn. All right, we're starting like immediately. So from what I've heard, it's like it's kind of a thing where it's like group of adventurers defeat a monster and eat food. That seems to be kind of like the general how the episodes go. Like the way the guys are running. Man, they're really like hammering home the importance of food right off the bat, aren't they? Okay, so Laos? Oh shit. Oh shit. Whoa. Wow. Wow. We've got, oh shit. I'm thinking the same thing. You're kidding me? Damn. Got a death like within the first couple of seconds? She's not dead yet, but shit. Wow. Laos. All right, time for me to try and remember the names of these characters. So she an elf too? She looks like an elf, paladin. Oh damn. Okay, so someone's already dead. Okay, well, he still thinks that they can save her. Chilchuk. 2. Okay. Resignation letter. Oh, okay. Man, they're really leaning into this immediately. I like this. I like this that they're kind of showing. It really is like a video game. Right? Because you got to balance out, like, you get some good loot, but then if you need more important things, you need to sell it. Oh, it's his little sister. From poop. What if his sister could be revived, but she just, like, she was just basically made of poop, and then she just continues on the adventure like that? Damn, she really is just like. I mean, that would be me too. It's like, yes, I know our friend just got eaten, but food is important. Aw. This is sweet. Aw. So they're okay, so that's the thing is they're going to defeat the monsters and turn them into food. Gotcha. Or maybe not. Or maybe a little bit of both. Yeah, we'll eat the monsters. Okay. So this seems like free run where it's going to be a mixture of like adventure and emotional and also like comedy as well. Bonk. Now that's a mushroom. I feel like you got to be careful with that shit. Like a mushroom could straight up kill you, whether it's a monster or not, right? That'd be me, but just because I hate mushrooms. Right? Exactly. Mushrooms are one of the things that could fuck you up the most. You know, I was thinking this kind of reminds me a little bit of Made in Abyss a bit, in terms of like they have to go deep into the dungeon and like each monster might be more dangerous. And you even have the thing like they've got a book about the different types of monsters in each layer. But I'm thinking this probably isn't going to be as emotionally devastating as Made in Abyss. We'll see. Now, here's the thing: are they actually like? Do they know how to cook these monsters? Are they going to learn as they go, or are they going to get a new party member who's like a chef essentially? I guess it's kind of like, the difference between making your own food homemade versus eating out all the time. It's going to be a lot cheaper to make your own food. Cute. He's a psychopath. I wonder if they're going to start like some sort of trend where other people are going to start to eat the monsters as well when they see them eat them. I wonder if they're going to like create their own cookbook. Maybe they'll become popular. They can retire as adventurers and just like they'll just create this cookbook for adventurers on like how to, how to cook the monsters. Oh, here we go. This might be our chef. And we've got a dwarf similar to Ison. I'm assuming he's a. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's very, very good at this. Damn, he came prepared. That's his thing. He's like, we're not just going to make this edible, we're going to make it actually delicious. Marcel. I mean, this dude seems like he knows what he's doing. My first death. Okay, right. If she's an elf, I was like, is she able to? She can revive herself, I guess. Yeah, it's like it's definitely giving me a lighthearted version of Made in Abyss, the way that they go into kind of the details of like each section and the monsters and things like that. Jesus, this guy is like, yeah, he's got everything. Obviously, this guy's gonna come with them, but I wonder if he's going to do it willingly or if they're gonna like, we'll pay for you to join us. Okay, it seems like you're like, I will join you and teach you my ways. They really are like when they talked about the food, like that does seem to be the. I mean, maybe it's just going to be the first episode, but they're putting a lot of like time into really going to the details of the food. It was like 2 minutes of fighting and 10 minutes of basically food prep, going into the descriptions of how to do everything. I'm okay with this though. Should be me. Should be me. Like, I'm a little nervous about any like new types of food. I would be afraid of getting sick. She's like, I kind of wish I hadn't asked. And now they'll be able to save his sister. I wonder, are they going to be able to? Is that going to be episode one? They're going to save her, or is that going to be something that okay, Senshi, that's going to take place over a couple of days? I wonder if he's going to be like that. Dragon is the greatest delicacy of all, but I won't be able to take him down by myself. But if I had a group to do it with me, yeah, I wonder if that's it. He's like, I want to taste a dragon. I knew it. I imagine, I was like, that would take a long time to cook, quite scaly too. And what a flex that would be, though, to bring back a dragon and to like just eat in front of everybody. Right? I know I keep saying it reminds me of Main Abyss, but like each section is very different from the previous one. And eat more food. This guy seems sweet. Yeah, she'd be like me, like, can we just get takeout instead? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful with plants and stuff. Like mushrooms, those could fuck you up if you pick the wrong thing. It's, you know, it's funny after like with free run she was so competent. Not to say that Marcel is that her name? Not to say she isn't competent, but it's nice to see someone who, you know, isn't like just amazing at everything. Like makes mistakes and stuff. You're gonna like her. She I mean they all seem funny in their own way. The little guy, he's a pickpocket, right? I wonder if he's got any other skills. This guy likes monsters, I feel like. That's an appropriate reaction. She's like free run, I feel like she's got great reaction faces. This guy seems to be a little too into monsters. Not, I don't mean like in a weird way, although that way that he described it was a little strange, but I mean more like obsessively so. I guess it's kind of like free run with her grimoires, just very single-minded about their passions. Damn, that looks good. I was gonna say it looked like you were making a pie, but you guys were not kidding when you said that the food in this looks really good. She's like, I'm not weird like you. Stop it. The dwarf. He's like, let me cook it. Like even the death in this is, I don't want to say comedic, but a little bit. All right, so that was episode one. Now, one thing is, I guess the website that I watch it from, because this is a Netflix series and Netflix blocks things when I attempt to watch them, is it apparently, according to my friend who was the one who suggested I watch this in the first place, says it's got a banger, like, intro song. So what I'm gonna do is, before I give my thoughts on it, I'm gonna try and see if I can find it and react to that too, because I remember her playing some of it, and it's very, they play that, it's kind of like similar to Free Run. I apologize for keep making that comparison, but I do find there's a lot of comparisons between just the vibes of Free Run in this. That kind of like, I don't know, it's not quite medieval, not quite Celtic. It's that kind of like lots of flutes and things like that. It's just that kind of very medieval style music, I guess. I really dig it. And I think I remember the opening song being very similar to that. So I'm going to see if I can find it, and I'll play it for you guys, and we can watch that together, and then I'll give you my thoughts about the first episode of Delicious in Dungeon. Yes, okay, yep, I definitely remember this opening part. That yeah, my friend had me listen to part of this before, like months before I started watching this. But yeah, it's that very like, okay, I should focus on what I'm watching right now, but yeah. I just love that opening part with the oh, okay, that's interesting. So we got like a samurai character. And okay, got a couple of characters are, and it looks like they've got like little groups of people there. So I'm wondering if those are people we're gonna run into that are from like different adventuring groups. And was that, I'm guessing that was his sister that's like trapped in the dragon's stomach. So they're on like a time limit. They have to get to his sister before the dragon digests her. That's like, it seems like that's kind of the whole setup for this, is like that's the grand point. And also there was that thing mentioned at the beginning where you have to defeat the magician. So lots of characters it looked like introduced, but yeah, I love the this part of the song. I love, it's just very energetic. Yeah, like that very kind of Celtic sound. I really like that. So, yeah, I'm vibing. I'm vibing with that. Okay. So that, yeah, so that is the episode 1 of Delicious in Dungeon, and the vibes are vibing. I like it. It definitely very lighthearted. Very different from like Free Run, where episode 1 I like cried because like within the first 10 minutes. But yeah, it's that whole it is similar. It's like you're just thrown into this world similar to Free Run. It's like, here are these adventures, we don't know anything about them, but then you learn about the characters um as like the episode goes on. You kind of get the, oh gosh, I've already forgotten their names, like what's his name, Laos or something. So that's like our knight, um our leader. He seems to be like a very caring, smart, actually strong and smart. He seems to know his stuff, specifically about monsters. Like that seems to be his obsession, is not only learning about them, but also always wanting to have tried them before. He seems to have an almost unhealthy obsession with monsters, but that can definitely benefit you if like you know about monsters, their weaknesses, as we could see in that episode where like he knew how to take out the monsters, like their weak points and how to best kill them. And then Marcel, is that her name? So she's like, it looks like the elven mage. I like her. I think she's kind of like, her and the knight's character are like my favorites. I just love her reactions. She seems to be a little bit no nonsense, like also caring because she wanted to go in and save the knight's sister, but she doesn't suffer fools. But it was nice to see that like it seemed like she kind of jumped into things without knowing the dangers of them. She seems like a little bit more of a reckless character. And yeah, I just love, she just not afraid to speak her mind. And yeah, like she'd be like me, like those foods, like, ooh, I don't know about that, I don't know if that's gonna make me sick, I don't trust it. So I like her. Also, I just tend to vibe with elves, like, and mages. That's my thing when I play games like this. I definitely am more of a magic user, so I do tend to gravitate towards the magic characters. And then what was the little kid's name? So he seems to be, he's the lockpick or the pickpocket. Oh, what was it? It was a strange name. I promise, guys. I'm sorry. Like episode 1 and 2, it takes me some time to get to know the characters' names. I will look them up before I watch episode 2 to have a better idea of them. It's not really much to say about him. He didn't really make much of an impression. Maybe we'll see more of his character in future episodes. But yeah, like not too much to say about him. And then there's the dwarf, who is like, he's obviously going to be very important. He's going to teach them how to actually cook the monsters. And it's funny, kind of Ison was similar. He also seemed to be like a little bit of the cook. You saw that he was cooking a lot for the party members. That seems to be a thing, like dwarves who also enjoy cooking. I don't know if that seems to be something that is across different like media, where like dwarves, I guess they're good cooks. Um, and then you've got the sister. Her name started with an F. Gosh, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at names. But so she is like, she seemed to be almost like a priestess based on her garb. I don't know if she's like the healer of the group. Because Marcel, she mentioned about like when I died before, like I've died to a slime or something like that. So I'm guessing that it was the sister who revived her. That's just my vibe from that. She seemed like she was kind of dressed like a white mage, a priestess of some kind. Maybe she does like the healing magic, where the elf does more of like the offensive, damaging attack magic. But it's hard to say. But yeah, like definitely, it seems like it's going to be following that. We go into a different area. We go into a new part of the dungeon, we fight the monsters there, and then we cook them, we eat them, we move on, because they made it very clear right from the beginning that food is stamina, and that's very important for you to be like on your A game in order to be able to defeat the monsters. So it really is giving me that vibe of like RPGs, where it's like you've got, and also I loved that they kind of touched on the economical part, like the what's the word I'm thinking, like the economy a little bit, I guess, of like how it works in that world, about like you can get loot basically, but then you have to balance it out. You got to make sure you upgrade your materials and your armor and your weapons, but you need to save money so that you've got like money for food and things like that. So very, yeah, very kind of like RPG, also a little bit of D&D. So you got to make sure that you balance those things out. I liked how they kind of like talked about like maybe we should sell some of this stuff so that we've got money so that we can get food and things like that. I don't know, I like this little minutia of it. I like it. It just speaks to my gamer brain a little bit, I guess, as someone who's played a few RPGs in their days. So I enjoyed that, and about how it's like you got to be able to rest up and like recover yourself in order to be able, because you can't fight the monsters if you're at low HP essentially. And I really liked, yeah, the art style. I would say Free Run definitely more like more beautiful, but I really like kind of the, there's almost a sketchiness to it. I don't know how to describe it, but like it was a little bit more simplistic, but the movement I felt was really good. I just feel like it suits the, I gotta stop saying vibe. I'm sorry. It just suits the like how this anime is. I feel in a way it's more lighthearted, so I feel like the kind of simplicity of the art style is still beautiful in a way. I feel like it suits it quite well. So as much as I liked Free Run, uh, I just think that this one, because of it has, it's a very like Free Run had kind of its own thing too, where it's like they go into their villages, they stock up on things as well. It is kind of similar in a way, but I feel like this has a very formulaic way of its episodes from what I can see. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I actually kind of like that, about like, okay, each episode, this is how it's going to be. It's just going to be a little slightly different. I like that. I just like how it focuses on the food and like the monsters, and like I said, very Made in Abyss in a way, with like here's our little booklet, here's all the information about like each section of the dungeon, and here are the monsters that are going to be there, and here's how we cook them, here's how we make it edible. I like that. I like it's kind of the world building of it. I really like that. Very similar to Made in Abyss, but like I said, I don't think it's going to be quite as fucked up as Made in Abyss was. It definitely seems like it's going to be lighthearted. So this feels like it's just going to be a really easy watch, and I'm for it. I feel like this kind of show is made for me in a way. It's just ticking all the boxes. I just really liked it. So I think this is going to be a great a great show. I think I'm really going to enjoy this based on the first episode. I promise I'm going to try to be better about getting the names of the characters down for the next episode. But a promising start, really enjoyed it, and the time just kind of flew by. And now that we've got kind of the introductions out of the way of the characters, of the world, now I feel like each episode you can get into a little bit more of like in depth with stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it was great. Thank you guys for voting for it. Yeah, really liked it. So I want to know what were your guys like thoughts. I don't know if you've watched this already, if you're watching it with me for the first time, if you're doing a rewatch with me, kind of give me your thoughts. Like who's your favorite character? I'm definitely leaning towards the knight, the leader, and the elf. Those two are my favorites. I'll have to wait for the pickpocket, the little boy with the big ears. Um, he didn't really make much of a impression on me. And then the dwarf, like he's cool. Like he's very knowledgeable and stuff, and I like his design with his like little rosy nose and stuff, and very cute. Definitely giving me like Eisen vibes a little bit. But I'll have to learn about them too. I just feel like the knight Leos and Marcel, I just feel like their personalities came through a little bit more for me. I kind of got an idea of who they are as characters a little bit better. So those two are kind of like the front runners for me, for my favorite characters. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching episode 1 with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're looking forward to episode 2 as much as I am. Yeah, take care, guys. I'll see you for episode 2 of Delicious in Dungeon next week. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lindsay A, Kenju Storm, Icognito, and Sean.